Possum.
Toot toot.
Toot toot, everybody!
Toot toot.
Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day.
I hope that you're so happy right now.
It's Big Hal and Possum for another week here on Twitch.tv.
Yep, here we are on Twitch. I got an itch. For Twitch.
For Twitch. Got an itch for Twitch.
I also have an itch in places I shouldn't mention.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Like how I did that?
I like that. Ailments and itches and all kinds of bodily things are funny.
Yeah.
You have a lot of bodily problems.
And they're
We've
all,
talked about those.
Every single one of them is funny.
And they're all hilarious.
Right?
It's good stuff.
My bad liver.
What's been going on with you, Mr. Possum?
Well, Big Hal, I fell in stew again.
You fell in stew.
Yeah, it's stew season.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of stew just dwelling about, just puddles of stew around this time of year.
Yes, puddles of stew sitting around. And I fell face first into it. I slipped on a banana peel and I fell into some stew.
So there was a banana peel on the ground as well as a bunch of stew.
I was going for the banana peel. I wanted that.
Oh, you didn't want the stew?
No, I'm tired of stew already.
Mm-hmm.
I slipped on that old peel and I fell in that stew and it was cold.
Oh, cold stew.
Oh, cold stew?
There's nothing worse than cold stew.
It gets everywhere, Big Al.
Yeah, that it does.
It just gets everywhere.
Oh, you just feel that cold stew dripping into all your different various crevices and little niche areas.
Oh my God, and all my folds.
Mm-hmm.
Stew got in all my folds.
And you have a lot of folds. We counted them on one show earlier, right?
Yes.
I think we got up into the close to the triple digits just counting folds on you.
Well, I remember we did that because we was like, it'd be funny if I only had 5 folds, and then my nickname could be Ben Folds 5. And then it turns out there was way more than 5. So I'm still Ben Folds, but I'm like Ben Folds 3000.
Yeah, you are Ben. You're Ben Folds 3000.
Yes,
member of Outcast, lesser known Outcast member, Ben Folds 3000.
Yeah.
Let's join us over here in the chat. Let's give us a toot toot if you're tuning in. I can't see from the stream material here on the computer how many people we got watching us, but if you're tuning in, yeah, maybe none. Maybe this is just for us.
Perfect.
Which is fine.
Let's say things that we shouldn't say on the internet.
Let's talk about your folds. Let's talk about your greasy folds filled with stew. Do you think you still have stew in some of those folds?
I still believe so.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect pun.
I know.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Toot toot. Oh, Fuzzball 502 says toot toot.
Toot toot. Where you
Welcome
from, Fuzzball?
Well, 502. It sounds like this very area, Louisville, Kentucky. That's our area code.
What's an area code?
Area code is when you used to pick up an old-timey phone. You'd have to dial 3 numbers before you got to even the number that you were trying to dial.
Oh my
just to let people know what region you were trying to reach.
Oh, like Region Philbin?
Like Region Philbin. Yep.
Okay.
Regions, I believe, was 666. If you dialed 666, your phone went straight to Region Philbin.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Fuzzball, go on and hit us up. Let us know if you have any questions for myself or the Possum. We're gonna be streaming here from 10 to 12 tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about all kinds of fun things. We got a poll going over on Twitter and Facebook. Quiet versus loud. We got a very special guest tonight. You know this guy?
Yes.
Shadwick from Quiet Hollers is joining us. We're going to talk to him for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's cool, right?
Hey, speaking of loud, Big Hal, why'd you turn down the mic just to see how it's clipping?
I do see that.
I feel like it's going to hurt our poor little ears of any dogs who are listening.
Yep. Dogs have very sensitive ears.
They do, and we have to baby them dogs and treat them like special angels, don't we?
Yes, we do. You ever flip open a dog's little ear flap and look inside there and see how red it is inside those dog ears? You ever look at that? You ever see that?
Yeah.
That's because it's always clipping in there. That's because there's always the sound is always too loud in there, so it's going to the red.
How about that?
The sound's too loud inside a dog's ear.
Toot toot, Hojo.
Toot toot. toot toot to Hojo, and let us know if I've reduced the volume too much, and it's caused you to walk over to your little TV screen, turn that little volume dial up.
Oh, I would hate for you to have to get up. This is supposed to be about your comfort.
Because then when you turn it off, and you turn it on at 8 p.m. on Friday night to watch the new MacGyver show, it'll be squealing loud right in your ear. And that'll be a shame.
Is there a new MacGyver?
A new MacGyver show.
Why?
Because they thought it would be good to bring him back.
Does he hack stuff?
He hacks stuff. He runs into rooms and goes, I'll need that baby pool, and I'll need those I'll need this paper cutter. He does all that kind of stupid stuff, but it's much more. It's more paced like an action show. It's an hour-long action show with all kinds of guns and explosions, and like there's like a guy on there who's like one of those ex-military guys. Did a lot of black ops kind of things. Yeah. So it's an action-packed show. No idea why it's still on. It's been on for several years now, and people are for some reason watching it on Friday nights.
If I was MacGyver, I would ask for a baby pool first as well.
Yeah.
Because for any project.
For anything. Because
I'm going to fill it up, I'm going to sit down, relax, and then think about how to fix that problem.
That's a step one.
Yeah, I'm going to give me a pool.
Step one, I need a baby pool.
I'm going to need a thinking pool first. And maybe a nice glass of tea.
Step one, I need a baby pool and 5 gallons of warm water, some Epsom salt.
Oh.
And then we'll figure this bomb situation out.
Guys, relax.
Then we'll put this bomb thing to rest.
Y'all just relax. My folds are itchy. I need some balm and some Epsom salt.
Yep. I'm having a little bit of eczema. It's causing me some problems right now.
Which came first, the baby pool or the eczema? The chicken or the eczema?
Yeah. You got me again.
Oh yeah.
Toot toot. All right.
Shit yes.
All right, we got toot toot from Stardirt.
Toot toot, Stardirt.
And she says hi. She says she gave a little purple. She awarded a Purple Heart to Hojo.
Oh,
Hojo did some exemplary military valor this week, I assume. Well, I don't know if we weren't awarding Purple Hearts in the chat last week.
I'd hate
so
to
something must have happened.
One of them stolen valor videos. So I hope that.
Oh, have you seen those? Have you watched those?
Ooh, they're intense.
Do you watch the stolen valor videos?
They're intense.
They really are.
Somebody stole my valor once.
What was your valor, Mr. Possum?
A raccoon took my trophy.
Okay, and what was your trophy for?
Dirtiest sumbitch.
Okay, and you won that where?
In my life.
That was just awarded by the community.
I don't remember how I got it.
Okay. Did you steal it?
No. It was mine. I earned it.
You never steal valor.
By rooting through a bunch of sauce.
Okay.
I think. And I got that trophy, and some raccoon walked up and took it. And he looked so cute while he did it that no one got mad at him.
Right. You were in a sauce rooting competition?
Yes.
Somebody poured a bunch of sauce in, say, a baby pool?
Yep.
Was it a baby pool?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a trophy in there that said dirtiest motherfucker on it.
Yes. And I got
That's the prize.
It was like super sloppy double dare.
It does sound like a double dare thing.
It's like when you get in that big old nose and take that flag out.
I remember my favorite part of Double Dare, the show, when I would watch that as a child, was when that kid would find that trophy that says dirtiest motherfucker on it.
Yeah.
And he would hold it up in the air and he'd go, I'm the dirtiest motherfucker.
And you're proud of him.
Yeah, and you feel really good.
Some cuter kid came up and took that trophy out of his hand. You throw things at the TV screen.
I don't know, though. I mean, if you got two dirty kids, two kids who are filthy, right? Just scrounging around in filth.
Yeah.
And one of them gets the trophy and holds it up and is proud. And the other one shoves that one down back into the filth and steals the trophy. That motherfucker's pretty dirty.
Yeah, but that's the wrong kind of dirty.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it the wrong kind of dirty?
Yes.
Or is it exactly the right kind of dirty for a trophy?
You're saying this is a real question?
Yeah. This is a real question I'm posing to you.
It's the wrong kind of dirty, sir.
Okay. All right. So that's bad.
I'm going to bounce that right off me like it.
Like a little volleyball off your chest. Do they do that in volleyball? Are they allowed to do body stuff in volleyball? Or it's all hands, right?
I have to check the
You're on a volleyball team.
Volleyball rule book.
Aren't you on a beach volleyball team, Mr. Possum?
What a nerd. What are the rules of volleyball? Who cares?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I quit smoking again.
Wow, man, getting some guff. Getting some guff already from the Possum over here.
Well, starter, it says, what's y'all's favorite pie around the holidays?
Pie.
Kind of a sore subject.
It is a sore subject with us, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna pave over that sadness.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna pave over that sadness. I'm gonna forget that Mr. Possum, the dirtiest motherfucker, stole a pie from my windowsill.
That's right.
I'm gonna forget about that, and I'm gonna move on with our friendship, because in many ways I am the better man. In the sense that I'm the only man between the two of us.
What's your favorite pie, you whiny sumbitch?
My favorite pie. All right. Let me just ease into this real quick. But my favorite pie, Mr. Possum, is a pie called buttermilk pie.
What?
You ever had a buttermilk pie?
No.
Oh, God, it's
Not
good.
on purpose.
God, it's good. Ooh. You've woken up with an ailment called buttermilk pie many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my ailments.
Sure.
You like buttermilk pie?
I love buttermilk pie. It's so good. So good. Make sure you get a nice crisp baked top on that buttermilk pie, but it's so good. It's just pie with like buttermilk filling in it.
Interesting.
Yeah. What's your favorite pie, Mr. Possum? Besides, is it mine? Is it the one pie you've had, the one you stole from my windowsill?
OPP.
Other people's pie?
Yes. That's my favorite.
You down with other people's pie?
I think you know I am.
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thrill in taking other people's pie. You know me.
Anybody else in the chat want to tell us what their favorite pie is, and we'll rank them. Maybe we'll rank the pies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be our job.
Of course, you're going to like all the pies equally because they're other people's pies.
As long as it's somebody else's, I'm into it.
Yeah. You like it. You're a little pie thief. You're a little pirate.
Oh, yeah!
I got one. Toot.
Get one in there.
Man, that's rare. That's rare. For me to sneak one in there.
That's really good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's so good.
You going to give me a trophy for that one?
Best pie joke of the week. Mm-hmm. I'll make one for you.
Pie joke of the week goes to Big Hal Dottie.
Well, look how we're dressed. Don't you expect a pie joke of the week?
Sure, let's do
Don't
it.
you?
The new segment on the show, folks. Pie joke of the week.
Yes.
All right. So we got the robot beard says toot toot, and then shouts out an OPP. Stardirt says I love chess pie. Chess pie is so good. So good. Love chess pie.
I have trouble reading some of these green ones.
Rhubarb pie, that is a good pie as well. I doubt we're going to run into a pie that I don't love here in the chat.
No, I don't like chess pie.
You don't like chess pie?
It's too hard.
What?
I like checkers pie.
Oh, man. Do it again. You know you want to do it again.
I do.
All right.
I don't ever want to stop.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this on the show, but checkers might be harder than chess, just in the sense that it's very degrading to constantly be beaten by a child at a game. We've discussed it before.
Sounds like a very narrow opinion of checkers based on someone who's bad at it.
Every adult is bad at checkers.
Every adult?
Every adult.
Or just you?
Every adult thinks that they can do checkers, thinks that they're good at it, and then a kid pulls out the board and you go, oh, I got this. And then they just hand you your ass like a pie on a plate. And that happens every time an adult decides to play checkers. That does not happen with chess, because if you pull out chess in front of a child, they'll be like, how is this played? And you'll just make up how the pieces move.
You could do that, yeah.
And it's a lot easier. That is much easier, folks. Just making up how the pieces move.
You know, I picture if I come up to a human child and I say, you want to play chess, they're going to turn their hat sideways and get on the sides of the skateboard and just go away. Mm-hmm. They're going to say, see you later, radical, and then just speed away.
See you later, radical. They're going to call you a radical.
They'll say,
for
see
your
you
political
later,
beliefs.
Radical.
See you later, commie.
Some kids would
the
probably
real capitalist kids.
Maybe.
See you later,
comrade.
See you later, Pinko. And they just scoot on down the street. That's how kids act these days.
I guess I'm around certain kinds of kids.
Yeah. All right, the robot beard, or casual John's in here. It says toot toot lemon meringue. All right, lemon meringue's not my favorite. Meringue meringue I like, but I don't like it enough. It's not like it's not my favorite substance in terms of both the texture and what it turns sort of into in your mouth. I get why people like it, but meringue is just not. It's not for me. What do you think?
Well, when I hear the word meringue,
Yeah.
I think about like a very smart ape made of pie, a meringuetan, who's just made of pie, and he's too smart for his own good, sad, fat, but he's got just meringue all over him. Mm-hmm. That's what I think about.
That's what you think about when you think about meringue pie?
Full stop.
Does that give you an opinion on that pie? Thinking about that?
I'm not gonna eat. He's too smart. I'm not gonna eat him.
You're not gonna eat his little. You're not gonna eat his little burnt cream.
No.
You're not gonna eat that ape's burnt cream.
Hell no. Big
Okay.
Al.
All right. So lemon meringue, good choice. Neither of us like it that much. Old fashioned apple pie from the Robot Beard. That is a great pie. That is. You can't. In many ways, like I said, favorite is buttermilk pie, but you kind of can't beat an apple pie unless you're talking about like a really good pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie, or there's a few different kinds of pie.
I like a pizza pie myself.
Ooh, a pizza pie. Now that's great. Spice pie is good too, says Casual John. Never had a spice pie. Is that like a, what's that, like a...
That's when you put a bunch of crazy drugs in an oven for a while.
Spice pie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Bad
Drugs in the oven.
Yeah.
Man, you know you're messed up if you're cooking those drugs for a while.
I ain't eating no cooked drugs.
All right, no cheese, Robot Beard says on the apple pie. Now, I've never done that. I've never put a slice of cheese on the apple pie. But people love it. People say it's good.
I don't know. I've got this condition where I always smell cheese. There must be a piece of cheese stuck inside of my nose because everything smells like cheese.
Right. You probably the sensation that someone gets when they eat an apple pie with cheese on it, that's what you get. It's as if you put cheese on the... Have you considered that maybe there's just some cheese growing, like, in your mouth?
Maybe.
It kind of does smell like there's cheese growing in your mouth.
I mean, maybe. I do live poorly.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I live poorly.
Yeah. You're a good husk for cheese to grow in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Should we talk about this, spice pie? Is that from Dune? That's the question we got from Robot Beard. Is spice pie from Dune?
Spice.
It might be. I can't remember. I mean, there is the beloved spice.
I'm sure they eat in pies in Dune.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got... I mean, what else are they going to do? What else are they going to do in that world?
I bet they have
They're going to bake pies.
Pie eating contest on Dune Planet.
Yeah. Well, there's no other culture there besides fighting Sting in that weird metal diaper. That's the only culture they got. So, we need to talk about a show we're doing this weekend. Folks, sorry to do a plug right up at the top, but it's time to get into this. It's time to let people know.
We're going to do a daggone live show.
We're doing a live show, folks. You can come and holler. Don't holler at us, but you can come and be a part of it. We're gonna have some things you can engage with during our show.
Yes.
We're gonna come do this whole beautiful thing live, and it's not just gonna be us rattling on about pie choices. It's gonna be like some real good programmed entertainment.
We're gonna have a thing where you can write us fortunes for our fortune cookies.
Yeah, if we can find some fortune cookies, then we're gonna do that.
Oh, I can find some fortune cookies.
All right, but it's the Everything Will Be Okay launch party at Copper and King's Distillery in beautiful downtown Louisville, Kentucky. And it is from 6 to 10 p.m. this coming Saturday. And we are performing at 7:30, or I think Will might have told me 7:45. But sometime around then is when we're scheduled to perform, right?
You gotta tell these dopes.
Right, 7:30.
Here early.
7:30 sharp is when we're going on.
Late.
And then our good friends in the great band Quiet Hollers are performing right after us. We get to open up for Quiet Hollers just for being two dumbasses sitting here talking.
How about that?
How about that? And the general admission, but now this is a fundraiser, right?
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. This is a let's see.
It's for a nonprofit.
Oh, yeah, you were going to talk about this nonprofit, right?
It's for a nonprofit called Everything Will Be Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the launch party.
Probably the best name for a nonprofit I've ever heard.
Probably.
Because that's the goal of nonprofits, is to make things a little better. This one's called Everything Will Be Okay.
Yes.
It's kind of all they need to do is just spread that name around. Right?
Probably.
Just take your money and spread that name around, and they've made the world a better place.
But they won't just
They won't just do that. They're gonna do some great things.
They're gonna do stuff.
They're gonna raise awareness for mental health issues, right?
Yes.
That's probably the main thing. But anyway, the general admission for it is $20, and there's a VIP, which includes a meet and greet before the concert that is $50.
That's right.
Are we going to be at the meet and greet? Do you want to do the meet and greet?
Well, I don't know if I'm comfortable with the public. Most people try to run over me with their cars.
That's true. Possum might not be there for the meet and greet.
I don't quite trust humans in large numbers unless I'm on stage.
Maybe we'll put that portrait of you from your funeral. No, you gave that away, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, anyway, come see us this Saturday at 7:30 at Copper and Kings for a great cause. And what else? And fun.
It's gonna be.
There's a ticket link at the Facebook event page. So if you got one of them Facebook, if you're one of these people who still has a Facebook account, go over there, find that ticket link.
That's right. Do that.
Yeah.
What we got? Somebody's talking about something.
Yeah. Casual John says someone brought spice pie to a Christmas party. Pie crust buttered with cinnamon, nutmeg, etc. Sort of elephant ear consistency. That sounds damn delicious. That sounds real good.
I do love chewing on an elephant's ear.
An elephant ear with cinnamon and nutmeg on it? That sounds amazing. I'm into it. I'm very into it. Maybe, John, if you're coming to the live show this coming Saturday, why don't you bring enough for everybody? Why don't you bring enough spice pie for everybody?
I'd like to have a shirt that says, I love you very much.
I love you very much.
Wouldn't that be cute?
I bet you could find that shirt on Etsy or something.
Think so?
Yeah.
It's cute.
It's very cute. And very quirky.
You wouldn't run over a possum who's dressed in a cute t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
I'd be less likely.
Less likely.
Of course, possums run. I mean, every time I've run over a possum, they've just sort of run out there all of a sudden and just sort of gotten right in the way of my car. I wouldn't have been able to read their T-shirt or not. You know, it's not like I'm judging the T-shirt of the possum every time I run over a possum.
Every time you run over a possum? When's the last time you killed a possum?
I don't consider it killing a possum. I consider it just sort of collateral damage of driving down the road.
Collateral damage? That means you owe a possum a life.
I owe a possum a life every time I've run over a possum?
Yes.
What if I'm one of these roadkill vegan people and I cook the possum up afterwards?
I doubt you'd do that, Big Al.
I don't do it.
I doubt it very much.
But would that be better or worse?
Worse.
Okay, worse. Okay. Well, I've got that. At least I'm not that. At least I'm not eating them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let it lie there.
But how about this? How about you tell all your possum friends that if they're going to run across the street for no reason all of a sudden in the middle of the night while somebody's hustling to the store to get beer before 2 a.m. anymore, if one of your friends or your family or whatever decides to do that, how about they go ahead and just waddle across the street sideways, flashing that cute shirt they got on that says, "Pie, love you very much," or "Every day's wine day to me," or something like that. How about you do that instead of just crouching low to the ground and hustling across so that you get caught up in my tires and my wheels and so forth?
Well, I'll send a memo out. I'll see. If
please do that.
I'll see if I can.
You guys have what kind of system of communication do you all you possums have amongst each other?
We send letters.
You send letters? Do you have like little rodents that bring those letters to each other?
Birds. Rodents of the sky.
Yeah. Sky rats.
Sky rats. Yeah, I sent a letter about sky rat last week.
Who'd you send it to?
My mom.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom's still kicking.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You've been alive a very long time because
Very
you
long
opened a magic box at one point.
Yes,
and that's
Atlantis.
keeping your weird husk of a body unnaturally from aging or dying.
I know.
Yeah. So what's your mom's deal? Why is your mom still around?
She's just healthy.
Oh, she just takes care of herself.
She takes care of herself.
I see. That makes sense.
She goes jogging. She never falls in stew.
Right.
She goes
jogging.
I live.
Yeah.
She's one of them cute possums.
She probably pays attention to normal, like, pedestrian traffic rules and stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't just run out in the street for no reason. Smart.
She's smart.
She sounds super smart.
Yeah, she's great.
Hey, Mr. Possum!
Hey, Big Al.
I heard you lost a sheep from your flock this week.
Uh-huh, yes, sir, I did.
That's too bad. They say a good shepherd never loses a sheep from his flock.
That's right, they do say that, Hal, but I'm a bad shepherd. I suck at it.
What happened?
Well, I went to check on my flock, and my prize lamb, little Stacy, was missing.
Poor little Stacy.
Yeah, I suspected that little Stacy had been apprehended by a fox that lives nearby.
That lives nearby?
Yes, his treacherous old fox is named Phil.
Phil the fox.
Phil the fox.
Right, okay.
So I go to Phil's house, and I see this pile of lamb bones
Oh, my God.
right by his front door.
Wow.
And I think to myself, this old sumbitch. And I knock on his door.
Oh, boy.
And
Here we go.
Phil the fox answers the door, and he goes, "Yep." You know, trying to sound all nonchalant and innocent. And I go, "You old fox, where'd these lamb bones come from? You ain't my little Stacy."
And what'd he say to that?
And he says, "Oh, no, Mr. Possum, those are just some old bones of mine I had laying around, and I decided to put them outside for the garbage to pick up. I haven't seen your little Stacy."
Right.
He's lying.
Just some old bones.
Lying
Come
through
on.
his sharp little teeth.
Right.
So I notice he's wearing a new lamb's wool sweater.
A new lamb's wool sweater he's got on.
And I go, "Where'd you get that new lamb's wool sweater, you old creep?" And Phil goes, "I went shopping today and purchased this sweater at American Eagle Outfitters at the mall." Right. Oh,
Like,
sure.
pretty likely story there.
Fox in the
Brand
mall.
new lamb's wool sweater.
Ain't no fox in the mall. So then I smell some soup he's got cooking up. And I go, "Phil, you hungry old fox, you're cooking up some lamb stew right now, and I bet that's my little Stacy in there."
And what'd he say to that?
And he goes, "Well, that's just some canned lamb stew I bought at the store." And I'm like, "Well, let me see the can."
Yeah.
And he goes, "I threw it away." And I'm like, "This don't add up. This some bitch got my lamb." Sure.
Huh.
So he wouldn't let me in to look around, so I hired a private investigator. A guy named Jeff the Fox. He's very good.
Jeff the Fox.
And he goes over to Phil's house and he looks around. And he comes back and he says, "I checked into it, Mr. Possum, and he's telling the truth." I'm like, "What?"
All right. Jeff the Fox, the private investigator. Let me ask you a question about the private investigator you hired, who was also a fox.
Okay.
Did he look a lot like Phil the Fox?
No, he had a little mustache.
But he looked like Phil the Fox, but with a mustache. Right?
He had a mustache.
Okay. Fine. Carry on.
So then I go to the sheriff. Sheriff Fox.
Oh, you went to the Sheriff Fox.
Yes.
Okay.
Sheriff Fox goes over there and he says the exact same thing.
And now Sheriff Fox probably looked a lot like, maybe like Phil. Did he also look like Phil?
No, he had a little badge and a hat on.
But he looked like Phil with a badge and a hat on.
What's your points?
Nothing. Carry on. Carry on with the story.
All right. So I tell the sheriff, I know he ate little Stacy, and if I can get into the house, I can prove it. I bet you there's no receipt from American Eagle. There's no soup can in there.
Right. There's not going to be a soup can in there.
I'm thinking. And Sheriff Fox tells me I got to go talk to the judge and get a warrant.
Let me guess, Mr. Possum. He tells you to go talk to Judge Fox, right?
Yes, Judge Fox. And Judge Fox looked just like Phil, but with a, kind of a wig on.
He looked like Phil, but he had a powdered wig on.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I appear before Judge Fox.
All right.
And I say, I know Phil the Fox captured and ate my lamb, little Stacy, and I can prove it to you if you just give me a warrant to search this daggone house.
All right, what'd Judge Fox say?
Well, the Judge Fox says, okay, Mr. Possum, here's your warrant. Why aren't you looking after your sheep better? Toot toot.
Toot toot.
Halloween never dies.
We still have the Halloween toot toot up there, but that's all right. It's not just Hellraiser's not exclusively Halloween content.
No, that was released on Christmas.
It's year round. You can go to hell if you just open the pain box.
Right.
Anytime you can go to the Hellraiser dimension. All right, Stardirt says. Wait, we got. Robot Beard says, ask the Quiet Hollers where they fall on the quiet versus loud debate.
Oh, we will. We will.
I have a feeling they have like a mixed view of quiet versus loud. You know what I mean?
As their name would suggest. We'll see.
They're a fan of the ambiguity that lies in between quiet and loud.
A little goo.
They're probably into medium volume.
Think so?
Yeah, that's why they're called Quiet Hollers. It's because they're really big into medium volume.
You're smart.
I don't feel that way very often. Okay. Stardirt says, I want a shirt that says, why don't you bring enough for everybody?
That's tight.
I'm sure you could find that shirt or make that shirt.
That shirt would definitely get you run over.
Why don't you, not why didn't you, but why don't you bring enough for everybody?
She's trying to correct people's behavior.
That's like its own little non-profit organization, you know? You're just making the world a little bit better, one shirt at a time. A lot of shirts are sassy and snarky, and they have puns on them, and they say stuff like, my husband's a big fat asshole, and but I still don't deserve him. Shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
Or like I'm an October girl, and I'm gonna cram your foot down your throat.
Yeah.
Like, they say stuff like that a lot of the time, but they don't often say just suggestive, helpful things like, hey, maybe stop spitting when you talk, or hey, how about you bring enough for everybody?
Yeah.
Hey,
They're like, hey, I noticed you're scratching your butt. Why don't you go to the bathroom privately and go wipe that butt? You probably need to wipe it. It's probably why it's itching you. Put that on a shirt.
Definitely put, hey, I noticed you scratching your butt. Why don't you go to the bathroom and wipe that butt? Because your butt's probably a little itchy on a shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think I would. You've got the thing going on with your mouth here where it looks like a little more slack jawed than usual.
Well, you probably can't see it against the void.
Well, you can.
Well,
because your mouth blends into the way your mouth hangs open a gate.
Yes.
The sort of terrifying rictus that you have all the time.
Yeah.
It makes it very obvious when that little slack jaw thing is happening, where your jaw starts.
Interesting.
It sort of hangs open a little more than usual.
Sorry to spook you.
Yeah. Well, you're a terrifying image at pretty much all times. I'm just saying. I'm trying to make it a little bit better. Trying to make the world a little bit better. That's what the theme of tonight's show is.
You're so brave, Dan.
I am brave.
You're so brave to hang out with such a nightmarish creature.
Yep, that's true. Thank you for appreciating that for once.
Well, I guess we should go to a little break here.
Oh, it's time for a break. It is. And you know what, folks? Get your questions for Quiet Hollers and, specifically Shadwick from Quiet Hollers.
Right. We ain't got the space down here in the void for all of them.
We were a little worried if we tried to cram the whole band back there, one of them might fall into the void. So that's not happening. So we just got the best one.
Oh!
We just picked up the best one. You know how when there's a band, there's usually the guy out in front who's like singing the songs and stuff?
Yeah.
That's the best one. That's the one you want to get for an interview.
The main guy.
So we picked the main guy. We hit him up and we said, "Why don't you come down here and talk to us?" And when we come back from this break, we're gonna check in on the dogs. We're gonna check in on those cute little dogs.
Yes.
Lovely.
We're gonna come back and talk to Shadwick.
And when we get back, we'll be talking to Shadwick and taking more of your comments in the chat. Stick around till 11 o'clock when we'll be taking your calls on the toot line as well. So, break number 1. Toot toot.
Toot toot.
Shadwick's here.
We're back.
We're back.
Hello.
Say hi to everybody over there on Twitch, Shadwick.
What's up, Twitchers?
Yeah. Now, have you been on Twitch before? Do you like to watch people play video games and do stuff like that? Do you like to watch... Pretend like you like to watch people play video games.
I don't even like to watch myself playing video games.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Have you ever played a video game?
Yeah, I actually, for a while, I decided that I wanted to get good at a first-person shooter called Call of Duty. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of Call of Duty.
But I was so terrible. I realized I was so terribly bad at it, and I was like, if these idiots can kill me and make me look just like the biggest wimp, then I'll dedicate at least a week, or well, let's be honest, many months of my life to getting good at this game. And I never did get good at it.
You never got good at it?
I got okay at it, and then I was like, I need to...
That's how I feel about chess. I really did decide at one point that I was going to, like, get good enough at chess to, like, beat my dad once, you know? Like, that was a goal of mine at one point. And then I downloaded one of those apps that lets you play chess, like, against, like, an 11-year-old somewhere in India or something. And I was just getting my ass handed to me over and over and over again by these kids. And I was like, I can't do this. I cannot win. I cannot win. I cannot win at this.
So are you telling me that you still haven't dominated your father?
No, I never will. He's going to die with a big old smile on his face knowing that I never was able to beat him at basically anything.
Oh, big owl.
Tennis.
This is a grave
racquetball, basketball, chess, any of them.
You
any
ain't
of
a
those
real
things.
man unless you dominate your father.
Yeah, you wait until he gets older. This is something the wise man Bruce McCullough once said. You wait until he gets older and then you pick your day. And that's when you let your dad know that you're the one who's in charge. That'll never happen.
That's right. You pick him up and you slam him on the ground like a wrestling move, and you say, "That's right."
Now I absolutely could do that to my dad. I'm a big, strong man. I'm Big Hal. I'm a powerful man.
Mm-hmm.
People come from miles around to try to fight me, and I beat him every time. I could absolutely beat him. I'm talking about playing things like Battleship or Candyland or Checkers.
That's still dominance.
I agree.
You're weak.
He's got a terrifying mind, my old man. He's like that Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting. That's my old man. Whereas I'm like a dumb fighty guy from a Jim Croce song.
You're more the Fisher King, Robert Williams.
That's our dynamic.
Yeah.
We don't really understand each other. Though I am very frightened of him. Okay. So, who's the handsome one, Dillis29 says? Between me and my dad? Probably me. What do you think, Mr. Possum?
I think that Dillius was talking about this guy, and he was a way of downplaying your handsomeness.
Oh, okay. He was saying, who's the handsome one on the screen?
I think he cares nothing of your father.
Yeah. No, the possum. That's what he says.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Wow, that answer was quick. I thought we were on a longer delay than that.
Well, the chat is immediate, but the video ain't.
Oh, okay. That
Weird.
doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
All right, so Shadwick, give us a good dab. Did you give us a dab yet? Did you do a dab for us?
What's a dab?
What's a dab?
Yeah.
We're not going to do drugs on this show.
Yeah.
Not a drug.
There we go.
No, a dab is a move.
Okay.
It's a move.
Yeah.
I hate
You guys
the
know a
moves.
dab, right?
Is it when you do?
Have you done a dab? Have you ever done a dab on this show?
The hell's a dab? Big owl.
A dab is when you go like this. That's a dab, folks. Do us a dab.
I'm gonna pass.
You're gonna pass on a dab.
I don't do dance moves that makes my hat fall off.
Okay.
That's rule.
You don't.
One.
Possum doesn't dance. He makes money moves. All right, Shadwick, you gonna dab for us?
Well, I want to dab, but
Here.
You hold my guitar.
I'll hold your guitar so you
excellent.
can dab. A true friend holds his friend's guitar so he can dab.
How long is a good dab? Like 1 to 2 seconds, 3 seconds?
Oh, it's like a breath. It's
Okay.
like you go, done.
Right.
Yeah. So let's see.
says, is it always storming in the void?
Yes. Yes. It's always storming here in the void. Because we don't have, like, background music yet, so we just use, like, a storm.
You guys want some background music?
Oh, absolutely. Can we have a little plucking from you?
So, Shadwick, I had a question about your band. You're in a band.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the most part.
The title of your band is called Quiet Hollers.
No, we call it, like, the name of the band is Quiet Hollers.
The name of your band is called Quiet Hollers? And I was just wondering, is that like when you yell into a pillow?
That's actually exactly what it is.
Tight.
You must be a fan if you know that.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely walked in on the Possum screaming into a pillow.
Well, you know, when you...
I've walked into him screaming into all kinds of soft things, like his own ass.
Well,
I've caught you screaming into your own ass before.
Well, I get frustrated.
Yeah.
But I do scream into a pillow because it feels good, and I'm shouting as loud as I can.
Right.
And the only people that are bothered by it are Big Hal, which I don't care about.
Sure.
And the monster that lives under my bed.
Sure. Which is, I've told you many times, it's just a rat that you could catch and kill anytime.
It's a monster.
It's a rat. All right. So, I'm sorry, you were saying something.
Oh, I was just saying that when you go on tour a lot, you tend to get a little stressed out, and we keep a pillow in the van that's just for doing Quiet Hollers when you need to just really scream, but maybe somebody's sleeping in the back, and you want to be considerate, so you just...
And you don't feel like that's a little on the nose to do that now that the band is called Quiet Hollers.
Well, I think that we invented the move after the band had been established for a while.
Okay. So you guys,
so
it's like a dab. It's like you created a move. You know what?
An exercise, if you will.
You guys need to put that in a music video or something and make that one of them viral things that people do in all their stupid YouTube videos and stuff, where they do like a quiet holler and they instead of going like this, they can go like they do their own kind of dab. It's like a dab where the pillow is in your hand. So let's get that going. This viral video challenge, the Quiet Hollers. What's this? The Screaming Dab competition or something like that. We'll come up with a punchier name for that. But basically you're gonna extend one arm to the sky and you're gonna stuff your head in a pillow and you're gonna scream as loud as you can. And you're gonna see how much that muffles the sound.
And you guys all scream into the same pillow?
Yeah.
So doesn't that pillow smell like a mouth?
It smells like many mouths.
Oh my God. I used to have a roommate who was a centaur, believe it or not.
Oh.
And he had bad breath. And he always blamed it on being a horse. But I'm like, your face is a human. You know, you should have normal breath.
Right.
Did he eat a lot of meat?
Yes.
Meat eater?
Yes.
Oh, so it wasn't even his diet. It wasn't even the diet of a horse.
It was just bad hygiene. He was
just
gross.
Bad hygiene. Well, I mean, he might. Some people have that. What's that called? That Hatercles, whatever that is. Halitosis. Some people have that Hatercles.
Well, if he had copped to the halitosis, I'd give it to him. But he tried to blame it on being a horse. I'm like, your butt's a horse.
Every horse's breath that I've ever smelled beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like not good, but it's like way better than like say a dog's breath.
Now, Possum here,
cat's breath.
Possum here dated a horse briefly. Have you ever dated a horse?
I have not.
You've never dated one? You've never been romantically involved with a horse in any way?
Absolutely not, sir.
Oh, okay. All right.
You ever heard that song?
I was pretty defensive about that. I think it might be protested too much.
You ever heard that song, Passionate Kisses? It was written about my relationship with that horse.
Yeah.
Passionate kisses. Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's being in a romantic relationship with a horse is nothing to be ashamed of. Joe Elliott from Def Leppard famously briefly dated a horse. Wrote that song Animal about it. So, anyway, it might be inspiring.
Passionate Kisses sounds like a horse's name.
Like Passionate Kisses.
A horse race.
Yeah. They'd put they'd spell it weird, though. They're always spelling it weird.
With money signs, maybe?
Yeah, with two money signs.
That's exactly what they do. It was like big halitosis, he says. Oh, my God.
Wow, that's a pretty sick burn.
That's a sick burn. Big halitosis and Possum.
Wow.
Toot toot.
Big halitosis. I do not like that, and I would like it to go away. I would like that comment scrubbed from everyone's memory. I'd like to...
Want to bounce it off?
I would like to Men in Black that comment from everyone's minds.
Well, let's do it officially. I'm going to say big halitosis, and you're going to bounce it off like a beach ball. Ready? Big halitosis.
No, we're never going to say it again. It's forgotten already. I don't know what it is.
It's so weird that you bring that up because I wrote this song on the way over here. And it goes, big halitosis, cigarettes and whiskey. It's very short, though.
Yeah, okay. So...
Sorry.
We got a comment from Casual John. Says, wouldn't screaming into his own ass sound like a big bathtub fart? What with wet butt and all? We're talking about your wet butt, Mr. Possum.
When are we not?
If you screamed into... With the moisture levels of your ass, which we've noted are high, if you got your head down there and screamed into your own ass, it would be like somebody ducking down into a hot tub and yelling, or a bathtub fart.
I bet you.
I think there would be bubbles. There would be the sound of water splashing everywhere.
I can imitate the sound of that, baby.
Mr. Possum's going to imitate the sound it makes when he screams into his own ass. All right.
No, I thought it would sound more farty. Oh, there we go. You like that?
I do like that, and that does sound a lot like that does sound like one of the unique sounds that occurred when I walked in on you screaming at your own ass. So, Shadwick.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Are you excited for our big show at Copper and Kings this weekend?
Oh, you know it. I'm very excited for that show.
Well, tell us about it. What are you all doing? What do you all have planned? What are you doing?
Well, we were just in the studio as a part of a Jason Molina tribute album that's coming out.
Jason Molina tributes.
Yeah, it's called "Sing It Again, Brother," and it features a ton of really great artists.
Who all's on there?
Joe Manning is on there. Jim James is.
Love Joe.
In it.
Heard of Jim.
Andrew Iafrate. Elkhound is a part of it.
Cool.
Tyler Lance Walker Gill.
Oh, what a beautiful boy, Tyler.
Oh, he's a pretty cowboy.
He's great.
I love his hair.
Oh man, I love everything about him. I love his sweet face. I love his hair. Love his beautiful voice.
Voice of an angel.
Yeah, just man, all around complete package right there. Well, that's cool. So, are you guys going to perform a Jason Molina song on Saturday? Are you planning on that?
Yeah, we're gonna play the song that we contributed to the tribute album. It's called "Almost Was Good Enough."
Oh my God, I've performed that song. I love that song. It's one of my favorite. Jason Molina songs. I remember there was another Jason Molina. You know what? I'm not going to tell this story. That's a boring story. I'm going to back right off that. But just so you know, Big Hal is a big fan of "Almost Was Good Enough" by Jason Molina. That's a fact right there, and a fun one at that, and certainly one worth noting.
Can we mention Starter? It says, "Do y'all's daddies watch this show?"
I hope not.
Your daddy's watching you, waiting to dominate you as soon as he sees you again.
Yeah, he's learning. He's learning ways to take me down by watching this show. It's what it is.
He knows how. You've never bested him. Gotta best your daddy. Mm-hmm. Shadwick, have you ever bested your daddy?
A toot to Dilius 29. What? So you were gonna perform a song for us tonight, Shadwick, weren't you?
I brought the guitar and everything, and I thought I'd leave it up to you guys, maybe, and the viewers.
Yeah.
To decide if I should play a song or what song.
Let's get a toot going in the chat if you would like Shadwick here to play a song for us.
Any song.
I think it's a good time. I think it's a good time to do that if you wanted to do it.
Absolutely.
Unless Mr. Possum has another daytime talk show-esque question to ask him right now.
I can't think of any.
Okay.
I have a question for you. It just occurred to me.
Sure.
You seem to have a beautiful figure. and you're on the tour all the time. How do you eat good and still... Are you alive?
How do you keep your beautiful figure? That's the question.
Oh, man.
Get your hand out of my mouth, you scoundrel.
Just keeping that gate from expanding too much.
I don't like your excuses for touching the inside of my mouth.
Is the part of the curse that keeps you alive and unnaturally living, is part of that curse that your gaping maw gets bigger and bigger and bigger every day until one day you're just going to be this haunting figure with a jaw that literally hangs all the way to the floor?
Sounds like it'll be scary for you, but I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, well, it'll be easier for you because you can just walk down the street and food will just climb right into your mouth.
Yeah, I like to have a little broom.
Do we have a toot-toot going in the chat for Shadwick to play? Oh, we do!
Yes, we do!
We do! All right, Delius29 would like you to play Boat Drinks by Jimmy Buffett.
Boat Drinks.
Yes, Boat Drinks.
Mr. Boat Drinkles.
In light of the fact that I'm not familiar with that song, that particular Buffett tune, I'm gonna give you guys a exclusive.
Oh, it's exclusive!
A Howl and Possum exclusive to a brand new song.
Oh yeah,
brand new song, folks.
Never played before for anyone.
What? That's awesome.
We're a couple of lucky doves.
We are lucky.
Well,
all right.
You guys have brought a lot of joy to me since I've been here on the show, and this is a song about.
I didn't realize that's what we were doing.
Each other happy.
Okay.
It's called "I'm Only Happy with You."
That's nice.
That is nice. I hope it's good.
It's true. I'm only happy with you. And when you're gone, I feel the weight of this horrible modern world crushing me through and through. Oh, I've tried and I've tried just to let it go, but I just can't seem to do. I'm only happy with you. Aww. My blue, you know I hang on your every word. Don't take your sweet song from me. Don't let me be all myself. I love you, I do. It only takes a moment to say it's okay. If you want me, if you need me, please tell me that you do. Oh darling, in the worst kind of way. Yeah, it's true. I'm only happy with you. And when you're gone, I feel the painless, marvelous modern world as it tears itself in two. Well, they tell me I should try not to think about it, but I just can't seem to do. I'm only happy with. I'm only happy with. I'm only happy with you.
That was just for you guys.
Wow.
Well, I'm just... Shadwick, you got me wet.
Yeah.
In the eyes, I hope.
Yes, of course.
Oh, well,
I have
he's
a lot
wet.
of moisture problems.
He's wet everywhere
contribute
else
to
all the
that.
time anyway.
But
Yeah.
that's not to diminish the compliment. He
But
made
you
me
gotta
better
dry
than
that butt
usual.
out, man. You
Yeah.
gotta dry that butt
I
out.
know.
That's gonna give you all kinds of heck.
Stardirt wants us to kiss, Mr. Possum.
We kiss.
Probably should have done that in the song.
We only kiss each
You
other
almost
once
did.
before bedtime, and it's just a goodnight kiss. Just a good night.
Yeah.
I don't kiss him more than that. Sorry.
Go on and give me that. Go on and give me that last chorus one more time.
Well, I feel the pain of this horrible modern world crushing me through and through. Well, they tell me I should try not to think about it, but I just can't seem to do. Possum, I'm only happy with you. That was in tune with the song.
Yeah. That was my little saxophone solo.
Well,
Very brief. One bar, one note, in fact.
well, I guess we settled the will they or won't they Sam and Diane tension we've been building all year.
We did. We sure did.
A Pam and Jim love
Yes.
story, if you will.
Yes, an update.
All right. Well, thank you, Shadwick.
Thank you.
Now get out of my studio. No, I'm just kidding. So we're gonna come back from a break here in a minute. Oh, wait, hold on. Don't we have a segment? Mr. Possum, is there a segment that you would like to start right now?
Yeah, it's called What's in My Pouch. I have an anatomical pouch, a little slimy bag that lives in my body.
It's also, it's damp like most other places on Possum's body.
And what I like to do is I keep things in it, and I give y'all a guess each. No one's ever guessed it.
Go on and sing the theme to that.
Okay, it's called In My Slimy Pouch. I keep some different stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on and capture that.
Okay.
In my slimy pouch.
I keep some different stuff.
I keep different stuff. So if all right,
Some different stuff.
so
Something like that.
something like that. Can you give him like a little lead up, like
2, 3, 4.
In my slimy pouch.
Slimy pouch.
I keep different stuff.
Keep some different stuff
In my slimy pouch.
inside the pouch.
No one ever knows what's in my pouch.
Well, we got it. We got it, folks. That's the official. That's the official theme song for "In My Slimy Pouch."
Yes.
I like it. It's tight.
It's tight.
That was
I know.
very good.
Unlike the pouch.
That was very, very good. We got some good comments on the song. By the way, I don't want to just coast right past the song. The chat loved it. We loved it.
I loved
Obviously, we were very moved by it. It
I
was
was
a beautiful
moved to
song.
romance.
Beautiful song. And also beautiful on the spot theme for Slimy Pouch. But I'm gonna pass things over to the Possum. This is his segment.
So, Mr. Shadwick, since you're our guest, you can take the first guess at what's in my slimy pouch.
Okay. Is it alive?
Oh, he's gonna do like a series of questions. I'll give you 2 questions and then you gotta guess
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I'm like a troll.
Can I take that one back?
No. No, it's not alive.
Is it dead?
No.
Wait,
Is it
what?
a balloon
No.
filled with drugs?
If you had guessed
No.
what's in my butt, that would have been correct. But since we're talking about my slimy pouch, I'm sorry. We'll have to move on to the next
From
contestant.
paradise.
Yeah. How close are they? Would you say your pouch and your butt? How close are they to each other
Well, they're neighbors.
anatomically?
They're close enough to, get each other's mail. They're neighbors. You get that kind of neighbor. They have keys to each other's houses and stuff.
You can't reach in there and sort of feel what's going on in your keister.
No,
Can
but they can hear each other.
Sure.
If one of them has a loud party.
Right.
Thin membrane.
Right.
Yeah,
If
okay.
there's a pouch party, that butt's gonna hear it. Big Hal, what's
Not
in my
invited.
pouch?
What's in
No,
your
they
pouch?
don't hang out.
I think I know what's in your pouch this week. I got a good feeling. I got a hunch I'm right about it this time.
You got a hunch about my pouch?
I got a hunch about your punch.
Okay, what is it?
My hunch about your pouch is that you have in your slimy pouch at this very moment the key to a La Quinta Inn hotel room. Like the key card. One of those plastic cards that instead of saying that on one side of it has a Domino's ad on it. That's what you've got in your pouch.
That's a good guess.
It's a pretty good guess, but sorry, not correct. What's in my pouch? This is a cute possum ornament. Let me hold it up for the camera.
That's beautiful.
That's a pretty
that's an
esoteric item to have in your pouch. What is it? What's in there? It looks like balls in there or something.
It's a little baby possum.
It's a possum in there.
He's one of them cute possums from another continent.
Do you think people can see that?
No.
Holding like a lollipop, right? It's got a little lollipop.
Oh, he's having a little.
So
treat.
it's a bell with a the little possum inside it that's holding a lollipop. So that's a lot of fun.
He's a doll baby.
Now, did you put that in there so that another small living possum wouldn't get lonely? Would look at that and go, "Oh, there's another one of me in here."
Well, I gotta be honest, this was a practical purchase because hear that sound?
Yeah.
When I run across the street into traffic,
You want to be heard.
I want to be heard. Granted, some children chase me like I'm the ice cream man,
Sure.
but it's a fair trade because I get to live.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bonus because he's a cute little doll baby. I wish I were this cute kind of possum instead of the monster that I am, but I'm not.
No, I kind of wish you were cute like that too. Probably get more viewers.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and what does it sound like when it's in your pouch? Does it sound, I've actually never heard it shaking around, shaking and rattling in there. Does it sound?
Like that.
Muffled.
A little bit like that, but probably a little slimier.
It's a little
wetter.
Yeah, it's probably got a little more damp sound.
A little wet reverb on there.
Yeah.
A little wetness.
The bell,
play you out with
Dillius
your
29. The bell is slimy. Stardart says, gave you that ornament for Christmas. Oh, wow, that's a part of... You didn't mention somebody in the chat gave you that ornament.
Wow.
Yeah, people give me shit.
He's got a lot of fans out there.
People give you guff, but they give me shit.
Okay, let's see.
Let's play out the segment, Shadwick, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In my slimy pouch,
Slimy
I
pouch.
keep
some different stuff.
Some different stuff.
In my slimy pouch.
Slimy
I
pouch.
keep some different
sometimes
stuff.
people give me ornaments.
Go home.
Toot toot, it's break number 2. And we're back.
We're back.
With Big Howlin' Possum, it's hour number 2. Pretty excited to have Shadwick here. He's played an exclusive song for us. Quite a beautiful song.
Really
Thanks.
was.
We celebrated Christmas early by diving into your pouch and finding a little bell ornament.
That's right.
And now we are going to open up these phone lines. Give us a call on the toot line if you would like to talk, or if you have a question for Shadwick here. If you have a question about our Saturday show at Together, Big Howlin' Possum opening up for Quiet Hollers.
Co-billing.
For whom Shadwick is the main guy, the most important guy, the big guy,
Oh my
the big
God.
guy.
You are talking yourself into quite the sticky corner.
Why is that a sticky corner?
Because you gotta hang out with them other fellers, and sometimes rock and roll band people, they try to
That's
punch
true.
you if you don't like something you say.
Does anybody else in Quiet Hollers, would they define themselves as the big guy, as the main guy? Maybe Jim Bob.
I think the tallest one is Aaron.
Yeah.
He's like 6'3".
He's a big old bear of a man.
He's a significant fella.
Yeah. So he's like. So
And he plays a lot of different instruments on stage too, which he has like very masterful command of.
Yeah. Sounds like the main guy to me. I retract my previous statements.
And
You've just described the main guy.
he plays the griddle, right?
I think it's pronounced fiddle.
Oh, fiddle.
Fiddle.
Okay.
He plays the. He could play a griddle.
He can play a griddle.
That guy's
play
talented.
anything.
That's a
Give him a
talented dude.
spoon.
Give him a griddle. Give him
Griddle's
a.
got some marks on it. Some raised bumps.
Oh, there's all kinds of sounds you can make out of a griddle.
It'll be like a wash tub kind of a percussion instrument.
Yeah, they probably sing a little bit too if you whack them hard enough.
Griddler on the roof.
That's what I say about my bandmates, actually.
They make a sound if you whack them hard enough.
It's true.
You're whacking your bandmates.
Just kidding.
Pretty
Abuse
frequently.
works.
Yep. All right, 413-6592. Give us a call over here, and we will. I don't know. Try to.
Is that
talk to
legit?
you.
People can call.
People can call 413-6592.
Yeah, somebody call us. That'd be fun,
Shadwick's
right?
on board. It's not a bit. It's not a bit. It's real. Yeah, we made this phone line just for this show. We picked it. It's like
I didn't know
somewhere.
you could do that. How do you do that?
Oh, it's complicated. You got to call the phone company, and you got to get a
There's you can't
special.
just do it on the internet.
No, you do it on the internet. It's easy. It's very simple. But
Come on, pick up the phone.
In order
I'm
to get-
all alone.
in order to get the last part to be toot, we had to get a phone number that's in like Massachusetts somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or is it in Florida or somewhere?
It's up
I can't
north.
remember where it is.
it's up north.
It's up north, up northeast somewhere. So yeah, it's probably best if you call us on your cell phone, not on a landline, because you'll get long distance charged. Just to call us. Star Dirt says we need more Shadwick and Possum collabs. Let's do one.
Well,
Let's
you know,
go
we
ahead
got
and do
3
one.
musicians here, if you count.
If you count this old boy,
3 voices sound better than 2 voices.
yeah. You know what? The chat doesn't really want me to get creative. You know what I mean? I'm mostly here to accept guff from the chat. They want Possum and Shadwick to get together. They'd be happy if I was replaced by a literal pile of junk, and they make it clear to me all the time
I was the one
that
who-
they would prefer that.
I'm the one who you placed with a pile of junk.
Yeah. No, I
That's my
fired him.
story. That's stolen
I
valor.
So you were the one who was replaced by trash.
That's damn right.
I'm gonna get you a trophy that has carved into the bottom of it, replaced by trash.
Yes. That's my valor.
Yeah.
I can't read stuff.
Okay, so Possum just referenced a phone sex line commercial from my childhood. I don't know what that
That's a
means.
deep cut.
Pick up the phone.
Oh.
I'm all alone.
Yeah, all right.
With my boobs out.
Big Junkus and Shadwick. Now that would be a show. How would you feel about hosting a live Twitch stream with a pretty annoying pile of garbage who likes, I don't know, flossing and stuff, but he's literally a pile of garbage. He's not like a guy who's a pile of garbage. He's a pile of garbage who's a guy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people could relate to that.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Unfortunately, a lot of people do. A lot more people relate to that than relate to, kind of cool urban cowboy kind of guy like me. That's the problem. Is that I'm a little too cool, and everybody else relates to the big pile of garbage. So Big Junkus was a real hit, and I have to hear about it all the goddamn time.
You want to hear a story?
Of course.
So there was this foot doctor, right? This podiatrist, right?
Can we have a little music accompaniment to the story?
Is this a sad story?
Am I starting over? Shit, Big
Or
Al.
a scary story? Or
I
a
want
happy story?
I want to give people what they want. They
story.
want a little musical collab.
It's a funny story. It's,
Okay,
it's
so-
real quick. So there's this foot doctor, right? He's a podiatrist, is what they call him. And after 30 years of practice, he decides to quit being a foot doctor, and he becomes a tap dancer.
What?
A tap dancer, imagine that. And one of his longtime patients says, Dr. Foot.
His name's Dr. Foot.
Dr. Foot, yes. Sometimes it works like
Probably
that.
why he became a podiatrist.
Right,
Yeah.
it just
It
kind of works
makes
out
sense.
like
It's
that.
his calling.
Yeah.
They say, Dr. Foot, What is this? Why are you going to become a tap dancer after all these years of being a foot doctor? And he says, I don't know, I guess your feet just kind of click for me. Toot toot.
Oh, toot toot.
Toot toot.
Oh yes. They click. Like tap shoes.
Right, because on the floor,
That's right.
plus his name's Dr. Foot.
Dr. Foot. Feet click for
Clicks
Dr.
on a lot
Foot.
of different levels.
That's right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I know.
It's good. Give us a call over here on the toot line. 413-659-TOOT. Yeah.
Before I come up with more shitty jokes.
Well, that wasn't shitty. I wouldn't call it
I like
shitty.
I
mean,
for a true story, it had a lot of.
I mean, change one detail.
True stories don't normally have that sort of punchy of a finish.
Well, some stories are punchable. Some faces are punchable.
I mean, it's almost like the guy was living his whole life just to lead up to that one moment where he says, "I don't know, feet just click for me,"
Yeah.
Like think about all the events. Maybe he said it frequently.
It's probably a thing he said to a lot of people.
He probably said it at
Like his thing,
Yeah, he probably said it at his graduation from podiatry school. He probably said, somebody was like, "Hey, your name's Dr. Foot. Your first name is Doctor, for one.
Right.
Why did you decide to become a foot doctor when your literal name is Dr. Foot?" And he said, "Well, I don't know, feet just click for me."
Right.
And
He's
then,
always been saying it.
yeah, it's probably something he says like
And
every
he
day.
laughs at himself every time he says it.
So there's almost like
He just click for me, baby.
a tortured madman element to it. Once we get to the point where he starts later in life, at this point he's a retired foot doctor.
Right.
So
making it real.
He's later in life. His mind has been warped by this joke he's made his entire existence. And so now at this point there's almost like a doomed desperate, like he's like a Herzog figure or something.
Right.
One of these Herzog movies.
Have you seen my pin?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
See this, but we're getting a call.
We have a call, folks.
Oh my God.
All right, we're going to take this on speaker.
Let's see who it is.
Yeah, all right.
To accept, press 1.
I couldn't hear who that was, but we're going to accept it anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
Uh-oh.
I
happened?
hit 1 and it said goodbye.
You gotta be quick.
Somebody hung up on us, I guess.
Try again.
Yeah, go on and give us a call again. This is the Google Voice situation is not ideal. It's not perfect, but you're going to have to give us a call. That was it. That was the missed call right there. Here we go. Here it is.
Right. Coming in hot.
Hello.
Live.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Who's there?
Hey guys, it's me. It's the Zodiac Killer.
Oh,
Whoa.
God damn it.
Cruz?
God
Zodiac Killer.
damn it.
what do you
Zodiac
want?
Killer's calling us.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Calling to taunt us, I gather.
All right. Sir, first of all, Zodiac Killer, I'm going to have to ask first and foremost that you immediately turn yourself over to the California authorities or federal investigators. Please do that immediately and give some justice to the victims' families. That's my first and only thing I have to say to you, the Zodiac Killer.
I'm planning on doing that. I'm just real busy. I don't want to talk about it, but I got some good news at work very recently, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay, well, what do you do at your job, and where do you work, and what's the location, what's the address?
I don't want to get into all that, but let's just say I was sort of there was a big I don't want to I just got good news. I got good news.
Okay.
You got good news at work. So what? You work at like what do you work at? You work at like a shipping company? Is that where you work?
I work with people. I'll say that.
You work with people.
I work with the public.
So you work at like a nursing home?
No.
I think he's talking about murdering.
What's your good news, Zodiac Killer?
it's tough to say without giving away my identity, but
I'm going to be trying to ascertain your identity for this entire call. Because I'm not a big fan of unapprehended murderers. They're not my favorite people. Some of my least favorite.
Big Hal's appearance, he's into justice.
I'm into justice.
Right.
Week.
I'm sorry?
I said Death was on the show last week.
Death?
I'm not that different.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
That was Halloween.
Here we go. Oh, another one of these serial killers saying, am I all that different from Death? That's the oldest sob story in the book. Yes, you are that different from Death. Death doesn't have a choice. You do. So just go on and turn yourself into the appropriate authorities, whoever's investigating you at this moment in time.
Would you ever consider killing one of us?
I haven't been killing as much lately.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. Thumbs up on that.
And what was this good news that you got at work that you were going to tell us about?
Like I said, I don't want to give it too many details about my life, but let's just say it's been a bad week for the guy who didn't get the job at my job. Somebody was trying to take my job.
Well, this has been very interesting. This little
That doesn't sound like good news.
Why did you call in to tell us that some vague thing happened to some guy that didn't get your job? What's going on here? What information are you willing to give us?
I'm in a good mood. I thought I was going to call into my favorite show, and we were just going to have a chat.
Oh, you thought you would call in and you'd find 3 fans of the Zodiac Killer. That's what you thought would happen?
Not that kind of show.
You know, I got fans online.
You tried to flex. You tried to call up here on Flex that you're the Zodiac Killer, and you thought we'd be like, oh, cool. Awesome. We are big fans of murderers.
Kinda.
That's so pitiful.
Man, I'm sorry, but you're getting roasted. You're getting roasted until you turn yourself in. Let's get let's get some people. What's a good roast for the Zodiac Killer?
You know, the chat is they're fans of the Zodiac. Apparently, it says the Zodiac guy's growing on me.
You know, the chat are the worst. Let me say that. They're always doing that. They did that with a literal pile of garbage that sat in that chair right there. They're now doing it with an unapprehended murderer
of many
with victims who are alive. Did he hang up? He hung up. And he hung up.
Before we could trace the call.
Oh, he's smart.
We needed 30 more seconds.
Well, yeah, he's smart. He's the goddamn Zodiac Killer.
Don't compliment him.
Ugh.
He's dumb.
I hate that guy. I hate the Zodiac.
I wish he was here right now. I'd kick his ass. I'd take his head. I'd put him in my
Is that what you would do?
Yeah.
Let's kick his ass. Do we still have that screen?
No.
We don't have the let's kick his ass
Imagine it says
screen?
kick his ass behind us on the wall.
Let's kick his ass.
I'd take this guy, and first I'd take his head, and I'd slap him on his cheek, and then I'd slap him on his other cheek. And I'd keep slapping him back and forth. My hands would turn into a tornado of slaps.
Right.
And I'd slap him until he begged me to stop.
Right.
And he'd be so dizzy, and I'd just push him over. That's the first thing I'd do with the Zodiac.
That's the first thing you do with the Zodiac Killer? I tell you what I'd do with the Zodiac Killer. I'd catch him at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
And I'd pants him.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So his pants are right down there at his ankles.
Yeah.
And I'd grab the crotch of his pants. So I got a good firm grip like a slingshot.
Right.
And I just rip those up so his feet come up with that and his head goes down on the stairs. And I just slingshot him straight down the stairs right into the big vase in the main hall.
Oh yeah, kick his ass, Big Hal.
I would do that. What would you do next to the Zodiac Killer if you had your hands on him?
All right, so he's laying there at the bottom of the steps with his pants off, right? And then I rip his toupee off. I bet he's got a toupee.
Oh, he's got to have a toupee.
I rip it right off.
Loser like this.
Maybe a fake mustache.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rip
That off, too?
His face toupee. I ripped that off too. I rip that off. I take his sunglasses. I stomp on him. And he don't even know who
Those
he
are
is.
fancy sunglasses. Those are probably tactical sunglasses.
Oh,
He's probably watches late night commercials for sunglasses and buys those.
Puts them on top of his head.
Absolutely.
So then he's all he's got is missing his toupee. He's missing his face toupee.
Oh man.
And I take him by his head, and I bring him up, and I put him right next to the mirror. And he just says, "Who's that?" He don't even reckon himself anymore, because I ripped all of his recognizable things off.
Right, so he doesn't even know who he's looking at anymore. Shadwick, you got anything you're going to do to the Zodiac Killer at that point?
I just grab him right up, and I just get right in his face, and I'd say, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that bad stuff?"
Yeah.
And then I just really shake him a little bit.
Oh, you
shake him a little bit. That's good. That's cool.
Like a jibba
We're
jab.
kicking his ass. I tell you what I would do. I would take a bunch of concrete blocks and I'd stack them about 2 feet off the floor. 3 feet off the floor. And then I would get a 2x4 about 7 feet in length, and I would lay that across those concrete blocks. Mm-hmm. And then I would drag the Zodiac Killer, who has now been choked and shamed and also shook a bit,
publicly shamed,
and also had his various accessories removed.
Yes.
I would put him over on one end where the where the 2x4 was sitting on the ground. Now I would put him on his hands and knees right over that 2x4 on the ground, looking at the ground, and then I would kick the other end so that thing just comes up, racks him right in the nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the nuts. And then I would just seesaw that boy over and over and over again, right in the nuts until his ass is firmly kicked.
Oh, yes.
That's what I would do to the Zodiac Killer.
I'd take me after all this, the final
and it's better than he deserves.
Oh, it's way better than he deserves.
So
that's him on his best date.
So you smushed his balls to jelly.
Oh, to jelly.
Right. I come over there, I make a fresh piece of toast. Mm-hmm. It smells great. Toast smells good. He's like, "What's that smell?" I'm like, "I'm making toast." He thinks I'm going to give it to him.
Oh, he
That's
does.
for me.
Yeah.
I come over, it's already buttered. I come over to him and I take a knife and I kind of put it on his ball jelly and I just go, "I'm going to have some of that." And I smush his ball jelly on my toast and I have it right in front of him.
Delicious.
Wait.
Too much?
You eat his ball jelly?
You smushed him to jelly, so I put it on some toast. Toot.
I can't give that a toot. You're going to eat the Zodiac Killer's ball jelly?
That's pretty hardcore.
Sir, I kicked his ass. Good.
I'm not sure that...
I'm going to eat your balls.
I'm not sure that's... Well, if you phrase it like that, I'm going to eat your balls. That does sound still like you're kicking somebody's ass.
Exactly.
All right, fine. That's fine.
Oh, thank you, King Solomon. I'm so glad that you deemed it okay.
Man, it was pretty rough, though, thinking about you smearing some guy's balls on some toast.
Well, I get vicious when I fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, but it's almost like you're like, there's something sensual about it. Smearing balls on toast.
Ted Cruz official says he seemed nice enough, y'all judgy. Oh my God.
Wow! Somebody went ahead and made a Ted Cruz official Twitch name.
I appreciate that.
I do. That's fine.
I tried
That's
to get
fine.
a Ted Cruz
That's
joke
fine.
earlier.
Yeah. Well, we try to.
They completed it.
We try to stay out of the realm of gross, horrible. We like to keep things gross and kind of upsetting and awful looking and seeming. We try to keep it in the realm of the Possum here. The Ted Cruz thing, that guy just looks bad. You know what I mean? He just looks bad.
Casual Johnable says, "When life gives you Zodiac Killer testicle jelly, Mrs. Dash."
Now that's a play on one of your catchphrases, one of your well-known catchphrases.
You're right. When life gives you trash, Mrs. Dash. That's talking about seasoning things to make them taste good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would I put Mrs. Dash on that ball jelly? Probably not.
Yeah.
But you don't want to mix a savory flavoring with a jelly's traditionally served, sweet.
Yeah, sweet balls.
Oh, there's some good savory jellies out there. I got a friend that makes some bacon jelly that's quite good.
Ooh.
There's no sweetness to it at all.
Oh, you know what? I mean,
maple.
I think there's a little bit of mapley flavoring to it, but it's mostly it's very salty. It's a very salty spread. You know what? Also, that what's that stuff called? That Marmite. You guys have that Marmite? That stuff's just pure savory. Like, it's disgusting to me, but it's a spread that people use.
I bet the ball jelly
tastes like Marmite.
Probably closer to Marmite.
Similar to Marmite. Yeah. Zodiac Killer's balls. Tastes like Marmite.
Well, maybe I would put some Mrs. Dash on it.
Okay, folks. You know what I want to do? Let's say last chance, give us a call, 413-659-TOOT. Maybe we'll open the phones back up in the next segment if it's called for in the chat. If enough people call for us opening the phone lines back up in the next segment, we will do that. But I'm going to say last chance, 413-659-TOOT. And then I'm going to ask Shadwick over here to give us another song or do something funny, dance for us or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me turn the phone line off here. Where's that at? It's phone number. Oh wait, you have a song about kicking somebody's ass.
I do.
Yeah, you got that. Pressure. You got that song about kicking somebody's ass. I was in a music video for Quiet Hollers that was all about wrestling. Had a professional wrestler in it.
Yeah, I still have whiplash from that shoot, actually.
What? You got whiplash on that shit?
Well, I got
because you got picked up or whatever.
The opening scene is me getting clotheslined in the face by a wrestler by the name of Congo Kong.
Yeah, Congo Kong.
Big guy.
He's amazing.
Very professional guy. You know, he kind of coached us through the moves, but the rest of us were not quite as professional as him. And apparently, I don't know how to take a fall correctly. So when I took that clothesline to the face, my neck snapped back when I hit.
Oh my God!
the
For real?
mat. So. Ew. Yeah, I mean, it's just stiff and it's whatever, man. It's rock and roll, baby. That's
just part of making rock and roll. It's getting thrown on the ground and forever regretting it afterwards. So, I just wanted to bring that song up because again, I am in that video and I'm really good in it, and it's a fun video and it's a great song and a quick listen if you on the break decide you want to go over and listen to it. It's like a 2-minute song, right? So it's like
it's on YouTube. It's called Pressure. I believe it won an award. You mentioned earlier the your best Twitter feed in the Leo that same year, or maybe it was not quite first place, but definitely one of the best Twitter feeds. And that video got best music video that very same year.
Wow,
17,
fantastic
of all time.
Fantastic. So I believe I was second. Do you mind? I believe I was second best Twitter feed, and then Shadwick here had and his band had the best music video.
Well, so did you, really?
Because I was in it. Do you mind? Let's go ahead and hear another song from Shadwick.
Sure. Well, I've never done an acoustic version of that song, Pressure. It's kind of a rock.
You don't have to do Pressure. I just wanted to bring it up. I just wanted to let people know. You're going to try it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
We're talking about the whip.
Yeah.
We're talking about Congo Kong.
This Pressure.
This is a song about it's about toxic masculinity, being beaten up by what we're taught about maleness.
Yeah.
So not being beaten up physically, but maybe with.
Well, I'm feeling a little bit put on the spot. If we're going to bring up toxic masculinity.
Yes.
That's sort of what I'm all about.
Right.
Well, this song then goes after you.
All right.
I can't stand the pressure. I've seen greater men than me, the lesser, make a horrible messer. Paint the headboard red just 'cause it was right there in the dresser, so easy. Pick me up, kiss me, and you squeeze me. I became a shadow of a picture hidden underneath a fiction. I became a man, nobody ever told me what a man was. I found no solace in the scripture. Are we not all our father's sons? I became a man, nobody ever told me what a man was. And then there's a break in the song, and sometimes I'll like to maybe try a joke or like some kind of a dance jingle. And then before anybody knows it, I'm right back into the song. I can't take the pretense. Everybody's working for the weekend. I can see the rise in the pockets they're leaking. And all I hear is just white noise when they're speaking. Let's There's too much reverb on the voices in my head. I hear them singing, but I can't make out the words. Can something still sound like the truth under the layers of distortion? I became a man, nobody ever told me what a man was.
Oh, yes.
I felt the urge to kiss the possum again
It did make
because there was
sense
music
this time.
going on. It made sense to me.
It didn't make sense to me. Keep your hands off of me. I choose when to make out with you. It's my mouth.
I think Big Hal is performing a revolutionary act of smashing machismo.
Yeah,
kissing the possum, whom I'm assuming is male.
Yeah, you make out with an animal and you smash the traditional machismo for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Folks, if you want to get rid, if you're a guy like me, and you're a little bit out to sea with what's going on in the world these days, just make out with an animal. Just try to have a little romance with an animal. That'll make things better.
Consensual romance with an animal.
Is that even possible?
Can an animal consent?
Now
You guys
that's
know about those dolphins, right?
we know.
You guys heard about this?
Dolphin sex?
Apparently there's a cove down in, of course, Florida, where retirees and bottlenose dolphins, shall we say, congregate.
All right, we're gonna take a break. You're gonna tell me about this cove where you can fuck a dolphin.
Just rub up
So
against
you can
each
just,
other.
so anybody can just, wow, that's
And we're
amazing.
back.
We're back, folks. All right. Well, that's cool. We are going to talk about. Let's see.
Oh, they called you out, dog. They said kissing folks who don't want it is classic toxic masculinity.
You know, that's,
I believe
that's true.
I
That's
believe I
actually
just.
true.
I believe I have already said toxic masculinity is what. It's kind of one. It's. I mean, if I have a brand, it's toxic masculinity. You know what I mean?
You can smell it.
Yeah. It's like
Stings.
I'm the kind of guy who hangs out in pool bars and beats people up.
And jiggles
Like
cashews in his hand.
an old Jim Croce song. I mean, look, I'm based on one song that's ripped off of every Jim Croce song, so I don't have a lot of wiggle room when it comes to waking up to these kinds of things. All right, so let's check out what we had a poll going.
We had posted a poll, yes, and the topic was quiet versus loud. And we asked you on the internet, what's better, quiet or loud?
Now, see, this is funny. Possum asked me specifically to. Oh, here it is, and here it is actually. I just got to pick one. Oh, so quiet versus loud was our question for you, dear viewers, tonight. And 80% of you selected quiet over loud.
That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Surprising.
Quiet over loud.
They're lying.
Yeah, because it's like, loud is cool.
Right?
Right.
If you're too
Loud
if it's
is
too
cool.
loud, then you're too old, right?
Yes.
That's what they said in
Whoa.
heads.
We actually have this is the first time that the two major social media giants, Twitter and Facebook, are completely at odds with each other.
You gotta
Facebook-
This.
Facebook was 80% quiet, wasn't it?
Yep, I think that's
80% quiet, 20% loud. Facebook, where all the old people are. 80% quiet, 20% loud. Twitter, where all the millennials are.
They want it loud.
40% quiet, 60% loud. Loud, they want to hear it loud. All right, well, that's exciting. That's exciting. So loud wins over on Twitter, which is the social media that matters.
Where people are screaming at each other.
And then, of course, Facebook is the social media that does not matter, or that is
run by the Russians.
Run by like a worm man named Zuckerberg.
A worm man.
He's a worm man.
A worm man?
A worm man.
Worm man.
He's a worm man.
Worm man.
Worm man.
Well, you got against women.
Scent of a worm man.
Whoa. Wait a minute. All right, we're going to back up a little bit on this whole toxic masculinity thing. Like I said, I don't have any wiggle room.
I just caught
I got nowhere to go.
He says I don't like worming.
All right, so the big question. So it's sort of up in the air between our two social media things. We could certainly get some opinions going in the chat.
You could just average them. Use your human brain.
Let's get a loud in the chat if you like loud. Let's get a quiet in the chat if you like quiet. And in the meantime, I'm going to ask Shadwick over here, our beloved guest, who's delivered some really beautiful songs here tonight, inspired some very romantic and at one point one-sided emotional experiences between myself and the Possum. Let's stop calling it non-consensual.
No, we can call it that, because you came in for a kiss apropos of nothing. You didn't even smell me first.
Wait, I gotta smell you first?
That's how you know I'm ready.
That's how I know you're ready, is I gotta smell you first?
Yes, you know.
Now, you know that if I smell you first, I'm not gonna be ready after that.
Toot toot.
Toot toot.
Smell me and don't kiss me.
Okay. All right, so we got scent of a worm man from Dilius 29. Good one. And we got.
He said he's listening
That's
to
my
Shadwick's joke.
He stole my joke.
He's echoing.
No, he didn't. He hashtagged.
I've only gotten a couple.
All right, to be fair, I'm being extremely fair to Dilius here, who has given me a tremendous amount of guff, by the way, on this show. But I'm being fair to him, and I'm saying when you hashtag what somebody said, you're not stealing their joke.
That's fair.
You're hashtagging.
You're immortalizing their joke.
Yeah,
right.
That's fine. You can do that. All right.
Well, I appreciate that. Then.
All right, so we got a couple quiets. We got a few more quiets. Oh, we got a bunch of quiets. So it's quiet here.
You're just telling us to shut up.
We got one loud, but the vote seems to be quiet. And then of course there was Facebook that was quiet, and Twitter, which was loud. So we're going to ask you, our friend Shadwick. Can I do this? Can I put my hand on you like this?
Yeah,
I gotta be careful these days.
Yeah.
Ugh, these days.
Yeah.
Things have changed so much. Ugh.
So hard.
Sorry, it's character.
I wish somebody would just go back and make things.
No. Stop. Stop it. Quiet versus loud. What's your feelings?
Well, that's a lot of pressure, especially, as a musician, a performer in a band who's very.
One's got to go.
Reference.
One's got to go, Shadwick. One's got to go. Quiet or loud.
I guess maybe I'm showing my age here, but you go out into the world and things are very hostile and loud and aggressive, and maybe at the end of the day when you go home you just want to enjoy a little peace and quiet.
Okay.
But if all you had was quiet.
That's the grave.
But if all you had was noise constantly, loud in your ears, in your face. I don't know. If I had to pick one.
If you had to pick one, forever.
Quiet.
Okay.
Whoa. That's crazy. Because you're like a rock and roll guy.
I guess so.
And you're picking quiet. You're picking quiet over loud. Wow. That's interesting.
I'll tell you how I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to play two beats, one quiet and one loud.
You know what? I didn't even ask you, and I kind of don't care what you think about quiet versus loud.
I knew you eventually was going to ask me. I
was not going to ask you.
I'm sure you would have stopped.
I really wasn't.
Sure, at some point you would have asked me. So I'm gonna play a quiet beat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play a loud beat, and we'll see which one's tighter.
All right.
Okay, here's
We'll see which one's tighter.
Here's
To
this,
poll the audience too.
here's this stupid old quiet
Listen
beat.
in, guys.
Turn it up a little. Barely even hear it.
Oh, it's very quiet.
Quiet beat.
And then here's the loud beat.
Definitely peeking into the red there.
Oh, yeah.
Tight.
Yeah, that was pretty irritating. So I would have to go with the quiet. I would say your answer is probably the quiet beat because it was less
musically.
Yeah, it was less irritating musically for sure.
I feel like what you meant to say and what I was meaning to shepherd you into was loud, was tighter.
As we established earlier in the episode, Mr. Possum is a lousy shepherd, not a good shepherd. Old shitty shepherd, they call him.
Get the flock out of here.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow.
I'm just gonna go.
Hashtag get the flock out of here.
Get the flock out of here, toot toot. How are we doing on time? So there's tremendous amount of choices of things we could do at this moment. I could continue to give you guff about the lousy loud beat you tried to do there, or we could have another song from Shadwick. We could open the phone lines back up.
Ain't nobody gonna use a phone.
People
don't call each other these days.
I know. I think it's rude.
It's all text messaging.
It's all text in the ear, you know. People chat with this, but they
let's
don't
start.
call.
Let's reconnect here with the chat here. So, what is more fun? This is from Casual John. Amusement park or library? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll are one of them quiet, boring churches. He's speaking my language here. I agree entirely, Casual John. Amusement park's better than a library. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll are better than church.
I like doing sex and drugs inside of a library.
Absolutely. See, I agree. Why can't... See, I think that's the whole thing is you guys are talking about you're dividing us. We're so divided, these days. But I think as a spokesman for a band called Quiet Hollers, which is literally a play on the dynamics of volume, I have to say, why can't we have it both ways? Why can't we have our sex and our drugs inside a library?
So you want to have quiet, drug-induced sex in a library?
That sounds amazing.
Sounds great. Here's carpet. Go to the vending machine after I got my dry sex
There's
mouth.
No one
I
there,
go and get me
usually.
a Coke.
Yeah.
Doesn't your mouth get
It's
dry
like
after
bums jacking off by the computers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds
Keep
great.
the mood going.
Sounds really great. So you want to live in a world where everybody's real quiet all the time, and
Not all the time.
you're having sex while people are trying to study in the library. That's what you want.
This is what future liberals
instead of people going wild and having drug-induced sex in loud places where it sort of alerts people to the fact that they might be about to stumble upon you and someone having drug-induced sex somewhere.
Drug-addled.
I feel like maybe that's the natural. Maybe that's what old Darwin was talking about when he talked about natural selection, because the way things are is it's made things a lot more pleasant for people that they can walk into a library with their children and not suddenly stumble upon some guy really quietly boning his old lady
Or whoever.
Or whoever he wants.
Maybe someone he met in the library.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe whoever.
There's some funny stuff here. Casual John says sex in a library? Talk about cliterature.
Mm-hmm.
That's tight.
That is funny.
Yeah, he's
That's
just
very
boning
funny.
up on his research.
Oh,
yeah.
Dewey Decibel System? That's a good one, too. Yeah, because
Decimal.
Dewey Decibel System. Yeah.
Decibel, you got a music joke in there, too.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, that was great. There was I think he gave you the assist on that one. I think that's what it was.
It's like, in terms of a slam dunk, it's like the alley-oop.
He lobbed a volleyball up, and you spiked it. Yeah. Possum, as we established earlier, Possum is unconcerned with the actual rules of volleyball. Thinks the rules of volleyball are for nerds.
Rules are made to be broken.
Yeah. Rules are made to be broken. But doesn't volume give you an opportunity to know when you're stepping into a situation where people are inclined to break the rules? Do you know what I mean? This is like when, and this is, I disagree with this, but when they started doing these electric cars, people were complaining about, well, people were dying because they couldn't hear the cars as they rolled down the street.
Yeah,
The cars were too quiet.
Gotta look.
Cars were too quiet, and so you couldn't hear it coming, and so people were getting hit by the cars. So it's similar to maybe taking your little kids to the library and walking in and not hearing any noise, not knowing you're going into a treacherous situation.
Treacherous?
And you see, well, not a treacherous for children situation.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And you happen to see myself or Shadwick or somebody,
Or both of us,
or the two of us together, coupled on top of a table, very quietly whispering "Do me, baby" into each other's ears, very quietly doing that, and you happen upon that with your children, that's less ideal than us alerting to everybody, "Lord above, I'm the king of the world. We're at the end of the Titanic. We're having sex." You know what I mean?
You know, I see your point.
You'd rather have sex in the Titanic than in a nice carpeted library next to a nice bum.
It's always been my dream. Wait, what?
What?
I mean, if I'm having sex with Shadwick, I'm having sex with a nice bum, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah!
Toot. All right. So anyway,
So loud. Why is it so loud?
it's really loud.
Yeah.
It was. You know what? It was also very loud when he was playing his sweet romantic song, and you were doing a little drum beat along
It was
with
on
it.
beat.
Okay, all right. We'll see.
Yes, we will.
We'll review the tape.
Yes.
We'll find out how that went down. So does anybody want to give us a call over here on 41361? What is it? 413-659-2.
Yeah, we're really heating up. Now's the time to call in, guys.
Call in and
Things
tell
are getting
us.
steamy in here.
Tell us where ideally you would want to have loud or quiet sex with our guest Shadwick.
If
Go
my
on and
butt
call
gets
in.
any wetter, I'm gonna fall through my chair. Toot toot.
Toot toot.
You know he's got a moisture problem.
I do.
He's got a real moisture problem.
It's a problem unless I'm having steamy library sex.
And that's a solution.
Yes.
A topical solution.
I don't gotta be like, spit on my butt. Never hear me say that.
What's that Red Hot Chili Peppers song where it goes, "Spitting my butt is all"? You know the one I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
spitting my buttons all I never.
I don't know that song.
Well, you're not a peppermint, then I take it.
I'm not a recent peppermint.
So how about those phones,
I sure did love him back in the Sir Psycho Sexy days. But I feel like Sir Psycho Sexy wasn't a wet butt kind of guy. He was like a dry butt kind of
He
guy.
had some nice scented powder in it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is your last chance to give us a call over here on the Toot line. I want to hear another song. Can I be?
Okay, I'll
can I
play
be?
one.
Can I be wrong about that?
Oh, from him. I'm sorry.
I want to state
I liked
that.
that beat. Maybe we could.
I want to state that I do think a break from loudness is very nice. But I personally think that volume gives you, it allows you to understand your environment in a certain way. You know? It allows you to understand
what nerd.
What? I'm a nerd now because I like loud stuff.
Because of the way you
I'm a nerd now because I like things to have volume.
Because the way you explained it, oh my God, what a nerd. Loudness has never been so dorky.
Yeah. It was pretty dorky when you played that pretty whack beat a minute ago. But I gotta say, when you played like the quiet beat that was cool and then you played the whack loud beat, that was pretty dorky too.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
I think
I
both
do.
of them were tight.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that kind of undermines your own point anyway.
What, that I'm right about stuff I do?
All right, so big toot for Big Hal. Thank you, Casual John. I appreciate that. I appreciate not getting just direct guff all the time in the chat. That's great. All right. Big Ugg and Possum we got? What's Big Ugg and Possum? That seems like maybe that was from a few minutes ago, and I don't remember what it was in reference to. But I tell you what, though, I really do. I
know what it is. Never mind. What?
What?
So,
I figured out why I was so loud.
Now, how would you have done that if there was no loudness anymore? Because that was a very loud response.
Oh my God, I'm falling off the frame. I'm so bored.
Yeah, I think he's playing dead, actually.
Oh, he died.
To get out of the debate.
Uh-oh, folks. I think he might have died. We might have to bring Junkus back. All right, he's gone. He's dead.
Oh, gosh.
All right.
You know,
Chadwick,
really
will you play a song? Will you play a song for Mr. Possum?
Sure. In memoriam. This is called Broken Guitar. Truths I thought you already knew. I wrote a song on the broken guitar in the house with the broken AC. It was pouring out of me, and I know you're gonna think it's all about you, 'cause you don't care about the truth. I know you only ever wanna feel good. The party dwindled like a broken social scene on the hi-fi stereo. She slipped from my hands and fell to the floor. Couldn't stand for me to touch her anymore. My baby broke her back trying to get away. A broken record tried to play. It was an RCA. I had a lot to say, but I couldn't get it out, so I was dry heaving. I was barely breathing in the wet death of a summer day. Like Possum's overalls. A wet death.
He's very damp.
I wrote a song on a broken guitar, and it was gonna be like this instant classic. Only the kids, they'd never catch it. You know they only ever wanna feel good. As the party dwindled like a broken social scene on the hi-fi stereo. And it was an RCA, it was an RCA. I had a lot to say, but I couldn't get it all out, so I was dry heaving. I was barely breathing in the wet death of a summer day. On a broken guitar. And they told me it was out of touch. It sounded out of touch. It told me it was out of touch. Thought I had my finger on the pulse.
Wow.
And that song, you know, has loud parts and it has quiet parts.
You know what?
It really wraps up the show, doesn't it?
Hey, let's just take a moment to appreciate both the quiet and loud things of life, because they're both great. They're both really important. I'm Big Hal Doughty. It's been real. Thank you for tuning in on a Wednesday night. Hojo says one of my favorite songs.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Let's see.
Possum died. He wishes he could be here to sign off.
Yeah,
and say goodbye, but
Possum
he's dead
died.
again.
Probably going to do a funeral for him this Saturday at Copper and Kings.
Oh yeah, come to our show.
Yeah, we're gonna have a show. We're gonna have another.
show.
We're gonna have another funeral
Music
for.
band.
We're gonna have another funeral for Possum. I think this time he might really be dead. I'm gonna have to write another eulogy for him and prepare another.
Died of boredom from our debate about loud versus quiet.
Yeah. Well, I think he might have taken some of my criticisms of his beat and various sort of interruptions and things to heart, and
Killed his spirit.
I believe tonight I killed the Possum's very spirit, and as a result of that, combined with his wet butt disease that he has, I believe he slipped out of his chair and died on the floor. So he's over there stinking up the place right now.
Even worse than usual.
It's pretty gross. He's got it's just damp butt leaking all over the floor.
I thought for a second maybe I should perform mouth to mouth on him.
Oh no, you don't want to. You never want to do that. You never want to do that.
Yeah, everything closed
up. You
up.
do not want to try to resuscitate the possum. Just let him be dead, and wonder if he ever comes back. That's my CPR tip for if you have a possum who appears dead or appears to be in some kind of crisis or stress. Don't try to resuscitate a possum under any circumstances. That's my advice for the week. I am Big Hal once again. We will be at Copper and Kings from 6 to 10 p.m. This coming Saturday. November 10th,
2018.
Look that event up on Facebook for ticket prices and for all other information. Shadwick here's from Quiet Hollers. You got anything to plug other than that from Quiet Hollers?
Please go listen to my band's music.
Please do.
And buy our merch from our website. That's how we eat the food.
That's how they make a living. Great stuff. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody who watched. And I think that's it. I think we're done. I think it's over.
Signing off.
Yeah. Let's
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
I think
What was that?
I think the possum's wet butt just let out a final toot toot as he died. As he passed on to the other world. The possum's
crept out of him.
The possum's wet butt just squeaked out a little final toot toot. That happens. That'll happen sometimes. I've noticed it happens a lot when he dies. So, all right, this is it. Let's hey, can you do like a little bit of Big Hal and Possum theme song? Like, can you do a boom dida boom dida boom dida boom dida boom dida boom? Big Hal and Possum. Toot toot, everybody! Big Hal and Possum.
Toot toot.